7th grade, I made myself a promise. I said, I will never be a teacher. I was sitting in math class, looked around at me and my buddies, and I realized we're hellions. Like, why would anyone do this for a living? So I made a promise. I said, this is not for me. You could never pay me enough money. I'm not gonna be a teacher. I'm gonna go do something where I can make some good money. I'm gonna go be an orthodontist. So junior high, high school, I'm gonna be an orthodontist. Went to college, pre-medicine, I'm gonna be an orthodontist. First quarter of college, it's hard to become an orthodontist if you get a C in biology. Now, some people hear that and they think, well, of course, you're just one of those kids who went to college, partied hard. Unfortunately, that's not the case. I just was really, really bad at science. I had a tutor. I worked really, really hard. I studied a lot. I frankly didn't see my friends very much. And when you pull a C in freshman bio, it probably isn't going to be your lot in life to become an orthodontist. So then I had to figure out, well, what was I gonna do? And I went and studied some other stuff. I thought I wanted to be an English major. I thought for sure it's theater. Theater's gonna be my thing. And then I didn't get into like the college theater program, and that was a little rough. I eventually found history, and I realized history, it's like telling a story. Like, that's fantastic. You can do that for a major. And then I found political science, and I was like, political science. So if history is what happened, political science is why. It's like, oh, my mind is exploding. So I had these 2 majors in my junior year. I realized I don't know what you do with a history poli-sci double major, but I had one. So I was going through, and senior year, I took the boards, the LSAT, excuse me, not the boards, to get into law school. Got into Gonzaga, go Bulldogs. And through a series of events decided, you know what? I'm not going into law for the right reasons. Like, it's really impressive to tell people you want to be a lawyer, and that's cool, except I didn't want to be a lawyer. So I was back to square zero, but now with the double major. I graduated, I started working in Seattle. I worked a small business job that was solid. I was an account manager, I enjoyed my work. And then I saw my wife. We had been married for a year, and she was a teacher. She was working up in this school up north of Seattle, and I realized, oh, maybe I want to teach. But how do you know if you haven't been around kids since you were one? And I made a promise, this echo coming through my consciousness of, I promised myself I would never become a teacher. Now, I've been a teacher for 11 years. It's been a huge part of why I speak, a huge part of why I'm standing here right in front of you, talking to you about you reaching your full potential, because that's what this is really about. You're not yet who you're going to become. Even as a senior in high school, I wasn't yet who I was going to become. I thought I was going to become an orthodontist. Even 3 years ago, I would not have been able to tell you, you know what? I'm going to start a nonprofit where I'm going to be talking to kids about choices and their potential. That wouldn't have been something I was doing, but here I am, Flint and Iron, talking about how you can reach your full potential, because that's what Flint and Iron is about, helping spark positive purpose in your guys' lives. When I think about you guys, I see myself, and I see this kid who made a promise to never work with kids who are punks, and now that's my day-to-day job, because I love kids who are punks, because I was one. And I know that you're greater than even you think you are, because I've got kids who've learned to not believe in themselves. And I want to remind you of this, okay? I currently run a nonprofit. I also teach. I'm not done. I don't know where this is going to go. But what I know is that every choice I make between today and wherever it goes is going to be spent on helping others reach their full potential. Some of that's going to involve talking, some of that's going to involve listening, and it's going to involve you figuring out what your full potential is, which means you have to go out after a goal. You've got to make little choices. Your goal may not end up being what you thought it was. I thought I was going to be an orthodontist, and here I am. I can tell you I'm really glad that I'm here. There's some great orthodontists out there. Please, if you want to be one, go do that. I found it wasn't in my cards, and I didn't go for law because I was in that for the wrong reasons too. Whatever you want to do, I want you to make those little choices to get there, and remember that you're not yet who you're going to be. Those things you thought I would never do this might be the things you're incredible at, and that you could be a huge blessing to someone else. So go out today, make those positive choices, and help someone reach their full potential today.